guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a new video. So if you guys have been following me along, following my journey, following my videos, you guys know that I recently did a full series, kind of a complete overview of the entire car. I broke it down into, I think, 6 or 7 different videos. You know, I did performance, wheels, suspension, exterior, interior, everything, lighting. But there has been a few changes since, so I wanted to do a couple update videos. Since I always get these questions, and these videos are always super helpful to everybody, I figured I would do an update video. So in this video, we're actually going to discuss my new wheels. I have since made changes to the car in terms of the wheel setup, the wheel fitment, and everything about it. So I wanted to just discuss all the specs, everything related to these new wheels, and just what it takes to actually get these to fit properly. So the wheels that you're looking at currently, these are Volk Racing CE28CRs. CR stands for Club Racer. The CR is just a limited edition of these. CE28s are a pretty staple Volk Racing wheel. It's a pretty standard wheel, but they have different iterations of it. And this one in particular, as I mentioned, is the CR, the Club Racers. Now, personally, this is one of the most underrated kind of underdog wheel by Volk Racing, in my opinion. A lot of people go with TE37s or ZE40s, which are both fantastic looking wheels. But for me, I wanted something a little bit different that you don't really see too often on these cars. I think the CE28 looks fantastic on this chassis. I'm a really big fan of 10 to 12 thin spoke design looking wheels on this car. I think it looks best. Anything else kind of gets a little funky. The thicker spoke design of the TE37s, I think it does look good, but I think a thinner spoke like this looks a little bit better in my personal opinion. Now, as for the specs, these are 18 by 9.5 plus 35. So it's nothing crazy, it's nothing special, it's nothing custom. It's a pretty popular spec, so it's nothing that I had to custom order or anything like that. This is directly from Volk, and it is a fantastic fitment for this car. I've ran different fitments on this car before, but honestly, plus 35, 18 by 9.5 plus 35 fits this car very, very well. It makes the car look very, very aggressive, but you don't have to do crazy amount of work to get it to fit right. Now, I am running 3mm spacers up front. That is not for fitment issues or anything like that. It's not that they don't clear the brakes or the coils or anything like that. It's purely just to make the fitment bump out a little bit. I am not running any spacers in the rear. That is just the plus 35 fitment. So in the front, technically, it's a plus 32 with the 3mm spacer, but it's not needed to clear the brakes or anything. So if you don't want to run a spacer, that is totally fine. Now, as for tires, I'm running the Michelin Sport Cup 2s. These are 265/35/18s. So if you can kind of see down here, 265/35/18. These tires are absolutely incredible. Absolutely love them. They have an insane amount of grip. It's honestly one of the best street summer tires that you possibly can get. And I highly recommend them if you're looking for a really, really good, comfortable, quiet, summer-oriented tire. Now, as for the color of these wheels, this is my favorite Volk color that they offer. It is called Diamond Dark Gunmetal. And the reason why I like it so much is because it's my 3 favorite color of wheels mixed into one. So if you look on the side without the sun, it looks just like gunmetal. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple, nothing special, nothing fancy. But if we move over to the side with the sun shining on it, you actually notice there's some hints of bronze, silver, as well as black in it. So it's a combination of many different colors. It's a really, really cool color that if you can't decide on one specific color, this is definitely the route to go. For me personally, I'm a bigger fan of darker colored wheels, but this just took the cake. I don't think I could ever do a full bronze wheel. I think that's too big of a commitment in my mind. It does look very good on lapis blue, but overall, this is just an absolutely beautiful color. It's very, very hard to show on camera. You can see the bronze metallic in it and everything in the sun. It just looks absolutely phenomenal in person. And to be completely honest, this color would look amazing on any color car, any color STI or WX, doesn't really matter. It's just an absolutely beautiful color. Now, as for the overall fitment, a lot of people ask me this question. I do not know how much lower I am than stock. I did put up my height specs in this video in the top right corner. So if you're interested in seeing just where the car is sitting in terms of actual inches, go check that video out. I go over all the details. I literally take a tape measure out, measure everything for you guys so you have an understanding of where I'm at in terms of height. But for camber spec, I am running negative 3.5 all around. So it's fairly aggressive. With such a meaty tire, you're going to have to run a pretty aggressive camber. My rear fenders are indeed rolled. They have been rolled since like 3 or 4 different wheel setups ago. So it definitely is needed. If I wasn't rolled before I got this wheel set up, I would definitely need to get them rolled if I was running this. So my advice is to just get the wheels you want, put them on, try it out, and then if you do rub a little bit, get the rears rolled. I would hate to say get the rears rolled and then put the wheels on, because in the end you may not even have to roll them depending on your height and your camber specs and everything like that. So I would definitely recommend putting the wheels on first and then testing it. But for how aggressively low I am and just the spec and everything and the really meaty tires, I definitely needed to roll the rears, which again, they were already done from a previous setup. Now, a couple little accessories that I'm running on this wheel setup. You'll notice that I have a gold color on the inside and I'm not running hubcaps. There is a center cap available for this wheel, but they are fairly expensive. And for me, overall, I prefer the look of no center caps on this car. I think it looks more aggressive, it looks more track-like, and I don't know, I just prefer that look. But the few mods that I'm running on the inside here, the gold ring, that is the Project Kicks hub ring. It only comes in that color, it doesn't come in any other color. A lot of people have asked me what other color options are there, but the only option is that gold orange, and I think it looks fantastic against the Diamond Dark gunmetal. Also, if you notice on the inside, I am running titanium axle nuts. Those are by Titanium Works, which is where I get all of my titanium hardware on the car. Those things are absolutely beautiful, and it makes running no caps on these wheels even better. And for the lug nuts, these are Project Kicks as well. It's a 2-piece lug nut, so the top right here is actually a shell that you unscrew, and then the actual lug nut is behind there, which is really nice since the lug nuts will always look brand new and fresh, since a tool never ever touches the outer casing, the outer shell. So they always look nice at all times. That's one of the things I always hated. Anytime I got some really nice lug nuts, they always ended up getting chewed and marred up after taking the wheels on and off. So having that 2-piece design is definitely key in keeping your lug nuts looking nice. All in all, this is my absolute favorite wheel setup that I have run in this car. I have run multiple different sets. I think it was about 5 or 6 different setups in terms of wheels and tires, and this is by far my favorite. The Volk CE28s have always been a favorite wheel of mine. I've actually ran CE28s on my E46 M3 years and years ago, and I absolutely love them. I had a different color. They were Formula Silver. They were 19, so overall a completely different sizing and spec, but still overall the same design. Absolutely love them. They look fantastic on that car as well. I really don't think you can go wrong with them. Now let's just take a walk around the car so you guys can see the fitment that is currently on the car. Like I said, it is fairly aggressive. I do not rub anywhere. There has been like 1 or 2 times when I have scrubbed up front when I was driving very aggressively. I actually had a buddy in my front passenger seat, so the extra weight did contribute to that rubbing, but it really wasn't that bad. It only rubs or it only rubbed that 1 or 2 times on the inner fender wheel well, so it wasn't the fender or anything like that, which is good because obviously you don't want that. But yes, nothing in the rear. I do not rub. That is a question I get very often. Well, even as low as I am, even as aggressive as this setup is, I do not rub, and a lot of that has to do with the camber I'm running and just having the roll rear fenders and everything like that. So like I said, it does take some work to get it to fit right, but when you do get it fitting right, it is 100% worth it. It rides unbelievably well. Absolutely love this whole entire setup. I mean, look at the back wheel here. I love the way that looks with the concave and the little lip and everything. It looks absolutely amazing. So yes, these wheels are a little on the expensive side, but if you have the means to be able to do it, I could not recommend them enough. Honestly, for me, this is kind of the end all be all. This is like the wheel, the brand that I've always wanted to get on this car. So I'm very happy that I have such an amazing setup, both the wheels and tires and everything about it. It is a dream to own this set of wheels. It is a dream that I'm able to do this on this car. I'm very thankful that I'm in a position to be able to do it, and just kind of show you guys that you can get an aggressive setup with very meaty tires, still be able to drive hard. You don't have to sacrifice function. You can still drive the car and have a lot of fun with it, because I drive this car hard and have a lot of fun with it on the back roads and everything, and it's an absolute joy to own. So if you guys have any questions at all about the wheels, the tires, anything else on the wheel setup, please let me know in the comments below. I'll be more than happy to answer. But in the meantime, keep it clean, keep it simple. and I'll catch you guys in the next one.